Hi, Scorpio. Welcome to your weekly reading. I like to do a little cleansing of the negative energy here with a nice smudge. Bring in the positive energy with a chime. This is a general reading for the sign of Scorpio. If you have Scorpio anywhere in your birth chart, this is your reading. It is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. You know what is for you and what is not for you. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the sign of Scorpio. What would you like Scorpio to know or to be aware of for this reading? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the sign of Scorpio. Scorpio, if this is your first time tuning in, a little bit how these readings operate or how I read through the cards for this reading. The first row there, this top row here, that's too many cards, Spirit. Thank you. That top row is your work life, your professional life, your public life, and then the second row is your private life, your home life, close relationships, close family, friends, potential partners, that is destined to come out there. I love to see that we're getting the correct cards for you for this reading, Scorpio. And then the final row is final thoughts, final messages, what it is that Spirit would like you to know or what it is that Spirit would like you to be aware of. And many times we will find that this final row really brings together the rest of your reading. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the sign of Scorpio. What it is that we would like Scorpio to know or to be aware of for this reading. And before we go too much further, let's make sure we get this all brought into view so you can have a really good look at your cards here this week. And the basis, the foundation of your reading is the Page of Swords. There's multiple meanings that go behind the Page of Swords, but always what sticks out is we see the page looking back over their shoulder and standing in preparation. It's like they're looking back over their shoulder and they're ready for whatever is to come. And that is driven by the the King of Wands. Being guarded, being protective of our inner truth, being guarded, being protective of our inner wisdom, our inner knowing, being protective, being on guard of our passions, our desires, our inner truth, our knowing. And let's see how that plays into the rest of your cards this week, Scorpio. We start off in your work life, your public life, with the Six of Cups, which is really many times when I see this cup, I'll think of thoughts, of memories of the past. And then we have the Judgment card. And this is the judgment of this is not like the judgment like of a court case, but this is the unspoken judgment, the unspoken karma. And that is followed by the Hangman. And again, we have these really, honestly, these three powerful cards here. The Hangman speaks to our inner knowing, our inner wisdom, and trusting our inner knowing, our inner wisdom. really coming to connect with our higher selves. And that is driven by, or followed by, the Strength card. There is an inner truth, an inner wisdom within yourself. The truth is in you. The truth, the knowing, the knowledge which is within you is a gift from your ancestors. They're an older person. Let's decipher this here, Scorpio. There is a person that you have relied on, or that you relied on. And this person is suddenly no longer available to you. I don't know if maybe this person has retired, this person has taken another job, this person has taken another position, or maybe even this person was let go of. But this person that you relied on is no longer in your environment. You no longer have access to this person. And not having this person there, or not having this person available, has caused a sudden change in the rules, or a sudden change in the policy, a sudden change on how things are done. And while you may not have seen this coming, and you feel like you were unprepared for this change, you do have the ability to rise to the occasion, to rise to the challenge. And you have the ability to succeed. Even though this person you relied on is no longer available, and even though the roles have changed, and policies have changed, and everything seems to have changed, everything seems to have changed suddenly, and it is setting in place challenges for you. But you do have the ability to succeed. You do have the ability to rise to the occasion. At this point, it is about writing it out, or working through that discomfort. And that discomfort really comes as part of the change. Anytime there is a change, there is a certain degree of discomfort. And the biggest challenge for you at this time is really writing out and working through that discomfort. And that you're looking at the past, you're looking over your shoulder, maybe waiting for the other shoe to drop. Waiting for the other shoe to drop. But do know that you can succeed, that the discomfort that you are feeling is part of the process. And if you stick it out and if you work through that, you will be very successful. Go with the flow. Go with the flow. Maybe not be so paranoid, Scorpio. All of the changes that have happened, I see that you don't need to be looking over your shoulders expecting for some more to happen or for some more changes to happen. I do believe that the sudden change, the quick and unexpected change has come out or is over with, and as soon as that is over with, there may be other changes, but it will be changes that you will be aware of. They won't be as unexpected or as sudden as that initial. You know, it's good to be prepared. It's good to be ready. But we can't let that put us in a place of constantly looking over our shoulders and maybe even getting to the point where we're being a little bit paranoid. And I believe that that is why we have the King of Wands here for you, Scorpio, is Spirit wants you to know, trust your inner voice, trust your intuition, trust that whatever happens, expected or unexpected, you have the strength, the will, the strength, the wisdom, and the knowledge to see it through. And then we have the Chariot card. And the Chariot card is really a victory card. A victory card. But it even goes above or beyond victory, because here we see the Chariot Master riding into the city, riding into the crowds. And so not only has the charioteer won, but they have also won the crowd. They've won the city. And they have mastered everything and created an environment for themselves. And then that is followed by the Death card. Many people get really worried or really concerned when they see the Death card. But if we look closer at this Death card, we see there is a lack of color, and we see that there is a lack of color in the horse. And death, to me, the Death card doesn't really speak to endings, but it speaks to a lack of color, a lack of emotion, a lack of connectedness. And that is followed by the Eight of Cups. And if we look closer at the Eight of Cups, we can see that this person is cloaked in red, which speaks to be about fire, about passion. And we see this person moving beyond their comfort zone, moving out of their comfort zone into the mountains, into the great unknown, cloaked with their passions, cloaked with their desires, following their life's purpose, following their passion, following their desires. And that is followed by the King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles really speaks to the ultimate abundance. So not only do we see that there's a pentacle here, but if we also look closer, we can see that there is grapes, and there is the ultimate abundance and the kingdom. Seeking or finding the ultimate abundance in our home life, creating. You know, Scorpio, home is your sanctuary. And you strive or have been striving to surround yourself and fill your personal space with people, places, and things that support you. With people, places, and things that speak to who you are, that speak to your passion. And creating an environment that supports your well-being. And it is nice to know that regardless of what chaos may be surrounding you outside of your home, that you can come to your home, that you have that environment, that you've created that environment that is a shelter against the chaos that is going on in your outside world, a place of peace. And a place where you can unwind and to be yourself. And if creating that involves leaving someone behind, you are willing and able to do so. And then we follow that with the Queen of Cups. Again, relaxed, comfortable. Followed by the Three of Swords, a heartache, a hurt. The Wheel of Fortune, karma. What we put into the universe is what we get out of the universe. The thoughts, words, and actions that we take all reflect back to us. And the Two of Wands, looking towards the future, planning towards the future. In last week's reading, Scorpio, we did talk a lot about the solar eclipse. And we talked about the energy of that eclipse and how the energy of that eclipse will be affecting you. And so that energy of that eclipse, that will affect you a good week before, the week during, and the week after. I invite you to watch last week's reading to refamiliarize yourself with the energy that you can expect for being in this solar eclipse. This solar eclipse is the only full solar eclipse that will happen in the year 2024. And that eclipse this week is going to bring light or shine light on weak links. And it's going to provide you with the knowledge and the strength to phase out weaknesses, to phase out things and people that are no longer serving you. So sometimes, we will have an aha moment, we'll have a light bulb moment where if suddenly it just makes sense that that's got to go. Or maybe, especially if it's a person, they will say or do something that confirms and lets us know that that person is no longer for us, that we need to phase this person out. And that is the message that I have for the sign of Scorpio. Thank you, Scorpio. You have a blessed week.